What is existence? What is reality? The human experience of time is inherently linear. We perceive events in a sequential flow, past, present, future. This perception aligns with our everyday experience where the moment we live in is continuously replaced by the next. However, quantum mechanics challenges this linear conception of time because at its core, quantum theory suggests that the universe operates in ways that may not adhere strictly to our perception of time's flow. Instead, it hints at a deeper, more complex structure of reality where time may not be as straightforward as we experience it. Quantum mechanics suggests that time at the subatomic level might not follow the linearity we are familiar with. Concepts such as retrocausality, where future events can influence the past, suggests a nonlinear flow of time. If time is nonlinear, it opens up the possibilities that our human minds struggle to grasp. The way quantum particles behave and tangle and communicate across distances in ways that defy the classical understanding of time might offer us glimpses into a reality where time doesn't flow from past to future, but exists in a more fluid, interconnected manner. To make sense of these complexities, we can turn to Cartesian space, where dimensions are used to locate objects in space. Humans are familiar with three spatial dimensions: length, width, and height. We can easily conceptualize these three dimensions in our day to day world. But when we introduce time as the fourth dimension, it changes the way we understand existence. Time becomes like another axis in the fabric of reality, and each moment is not a static point, but a snapshot within a larger, interconnected spider web. Now imagine a moment in time as a three-dimensional snapshot. If we see each moment as a static image in a film reel, the movie of our lives unfolds as we move through time. This snapshot captures all aspects of our existence, like a hologram containing spatial information from the moment we inhabit. By viewing these moments sequentially, we observe the progression of life. However, if we reverse the film, we would see events unfold in reverse, suggesting that time might not be as linear as we think. Now, let us conceptualize a disembodied neutral observer who stands outside of this timeline. This observer, disembodied and detached from the flow of time, could view all of these snapshots from above, seeing the entire progression of time as one unified entity. If this top were a place or a vantage point, it would allow the observer to look at the flow of time without the constraints of linearity. The observer could look both forwards and backwards, understanding all events as happening simultaneously, regardless of their position in time. So that leads us to the time matrix. We could visualize this observer's perspective within a time matrix, a two-dimensional grid where each row represents a discrete time interval, and the columns store the three-dimensional information of that time snapshot. The matrix is a simplification of this idea. It allows us to group moments into chunks of time and observe events in a structured format. Each row represents a different point in time within the columns holding spatial information. Everything happening in that moment captured as a multi-dimensional snapshot. The structure of the time intervals would matter here. So in this time matrix, the size of the intervals we choose can affect the level of detail we perceive. For instance, if we use years as rows and milliseconds as a time interval, each row represents a full year, with each snapshot holding a detailed view of every millisecond in that year. The more granular the intervals, the more detailed the snapshot. Moving up or down the rows takes us backward or forward in time, and we can imagine how events unfold, expand, or diminish depending on the scale of time we choose. So, what about the concept of non existence? Well, as we move through this time matrix, there are moments where we as individuals might not exist at all in a given snapshot. Moving backward enough in time, we return to moments before our birth. Moving forward enough, we reach the time after our death. This realization that we are only present for certain moments can be humbling, as it highlights the finite nature of our individual existence. However, this knowledge also opens up a deeper understanding of existence as part of a larger eternal flow, where our individual moments are just one part of a greater whole. Remember that matter, energy, they are continuous. There is a continuity. Even though each individual incarnation of our lives may end, the matter and energy that made up our being never truly vanish. According to the law of conservation of mass and energy, we are part of the larger cosmic cycle, and our essence will remain in the universe, taking new forms and participating in future events. We may no longer be the us we recognize, but the fundamental components of our being will persist. This realization can be comforting as it suggests that death is not an end, but a transformation into something else, where we are still interconnected with the universe. So we have a holographic view of existence then. By viewing life as a collection of snapshots in this time matrix, we can see ourselves as part of an unfolding interconnected pattern. Each moment is just a frame in a larger film, and every decision, every action echoes through time, influencing future snapshots. This view can help us let go of the fear of mortality as we come to understand that our existence, though fleeting in this form, is part of a larger infinite continuum. The soul, like the energy and matter of our bodies, endures beyond that which is visible. And there's so much we don't see, right? So, how does quantum mechanics then help us understand this flow of time? Quantum mechanics plays a crucial role in expanding our understanding of time because it teaches us that events don't always follow a simple cause and effect trajectory. Quantum phenomena such as entanglement and retrocausality show that the past, present, and future are interconnected in ways that defy classical understanding. These nonlinear relationships invite us to reconsider our rigid linear assumptions about time and challenge us to think of existence as something more intricate and far more fluid. So we add this complexity, and we can even maybe call that a divine perspective. In the face of this complexity, it's natural to feel overwhelmed. Our understanding of time in the universe is still developing, and we may never fully comprehend its depth. However, this doesn't diminish the significance of our exploration. According to many spiritual and philosophical traditions, God, the divine, sees time and space in ways that transcend human limitations. What seems complex and incomprehensible to us is, from a divine perspective, simple and elegant. This humility in the face of complexity is an invitation to grow, both intellectually as well as spiritually. So, what is the future of understanding time? As we advance in technology, especially with the advent of quantum computers and artificial intelligence, we might eventually gain the tools to better understand these complexities. AI, when paired with quantum mechanics, could offer insights that transform our understanding of time and existence. Perhaps through these innovations, we will be able to glimpse a future where the mysteries of time are no longer unfathomable, and we can better comprehend our place within the grand tapestry of the universe. Until then, we can continue exploring, learning, and experiencing the film of life, embracing the eternal journey of discovery. So let's look at the probabilistic nature of existence. Building on our understanding of time and existence, quantum mechanics reveals that reality at the smallest scales is not deterministic as we often assume in our daily lives. Instead, the quantum world operates on the principle of probabilistic nature. Here, particles do not possess definite properties until they are measured. Instead, they exist in a state of superposition where multiple possibilities coexist, each with a certain probability of being realized. This state of uncertainty persists until the moment of observation, when the wave function collapses to a single definite state. The collapse of the wave function represents the point at which a quantum system transitions from potentiality to actuality, aligning with the concept of time in the snapshots we have discussed previously. Just as our time matrix holds different moments that coexist, the quantum world holds all possibilities in a state of superposition, awaiting measurement to determine which path will be taken. This introduces a fascinating interplay between time, reality, and observation, where the act of perception itself can change what truly is. So, the wave function collapse and its implications for time are this. The idea of wave function collapse challenges our traditional understanding of reality. Before measurement, particles exist as probabilities, superimposed on multiple states, much like how time may appear in a continuous sequence of snapshots until we observe it. When we observe, the wave function collapses into a single outcome, revealing the reality that was hidden in the potential. This collapse, akin to the transition from one moment to the next in our time matrix, is a decisive point of transformation. It implies that the observer plays an integral role in determining the nature of existence. If we consider the observer as a disembodied perspective looking down on a time matrix, it's as if the act of perception itself collapses all the possible realities into a single experienced one. The quantum world then mirrors our larger view of time, fluid, probabilistic, and subject to the interactions of the observer. Much like how time can unfold differently depending on perspective, the state of a quantum particle is determined when it is observed, suggesting that time and reality itself might be less rigid and more fluid than we can easily comprehend. So, this brings us to the Born rule and the role of probability in the flow of time. The Born rule, which dictates that the probability of observing a specific outcome in a quantum system is determined by the square of the wave function's amplitude, provides us with a mathematical framework to understand this probabilistic nature of existence. In terms of time, it offers a way to think about the likelihood of certain events occurring at specific moments. Much like the snapshots in our time matrix, each moment of reality contains the potential for various possible outcomes, each with its own probability. The act of observation or the passage of time itself could be seen as collapsing the probabilities into a single, more experienced outcome. This mirrors the nonlinearity of quantum mechanics, where the past and future are not fixed, but are influenced by probabilistic states that precede them. In the sense, the flow of time is akin to the unfolding of probabilities, and each moment is an opportunity for collapse into a concrete experience, shaping the larger fabric of existence. As we understand more about quantum phenomena, we come closer to recognizing that time and reality are not as linear and deterministic as we once believed, but are deeply intertwined with probability, choice, and the observer. So that brings us to the many world theory and the branching of realities. One fascinating reconciliation of the probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics is the many worlds interpretation. Rather than collapsing the wave function into a single definite outcome, the many worlds theory posits that all possible outcomes of a quantum event actually occur but in parallel realities. Each possible outcome branches off into a separate, distinct universe, creating an ever expanding multiverse. This theory can be likened to a tree with countless branches, where each branch represents a different possibility or outcome that unfolds. In this view, when a quantum measurement is made, the universe splits into as many versions as there are possible outcomes, with each version of reality existing simultaneously but independently. The implication of this is profound, that there isn't just one timeline or one sequence of events, but infinite number of timelines, each with its own set of circumstances, choices, and outcomes. Much like how the time matrix holds different moments of time, these branching realities hold alternative versions of reality, with each branch growing from the others, yet existing in parallel. This idea introduces a vision of the universe where our lives and decisions are not singular. They exist in a vast, interconnected tree of possibilities where every decision creates a new branch, a new reality unfolding. Therefore, we can now reconcile this with reality as a simulation and the master code of the universe. Taking the notion of multiple realities even further, one could entertain the idea that reality is a simulation, a vast complex program running on an unimaginable scale. In this framework, each new world or alternate reality that arises, including that branch from the quantum decisions, can be seen as simultaneously simulated in terms of reality. Branching outcomes of important events under the many worlds interpretation are simply different paths taken within the greater simulation. Each choice, quantum fluctuation, represents a fork in the simulated code, and each reality that emerges is a new branch of the program. These realities, though distinct, are fundamentally connected by master code, the underlying program that generates every experience, every quantum event, and every possible universe. In a simulated reality, the flow of time and the unfolding of events are guided by this code, and what we perceive as the natural laws governing our universe are simply the rules defined by the simulation's algorithm. Just as a video game generates multiple outcomes based on player output, our reality in this analogy could be a vast network of choices and possibilities, all driven by an overarching system. The idea that these worlds are connected by a master code offers a stunning perspective on existence, suggesting that every quantum decision, every new world created, is still part of one enormous coherent program that interlinks them all. In such a reality, what we perceive as separate individual lives and timelines are in fact components of one vast interconnected whole, and each experience is part of a larger unified simulation. Conclusion: the master code is woven by the infinite spider. As we reflect on the interplay between quantum mechanics and the nature of time, the existence of multiple realities, we arrive at a unified vision that transcends traditional understanding. Time, often seen as a linear progression, is revealed to be more fluid and interconnected, shaped by the probabilistic nature of quantum events. Through the lens of superposition and wave function collapse, we recognize that each moment is not fixed, but exists as a multitude of possibilities waiting to be realized through observation. This idea aligns with the many worlds theory, where each quantum decision spawns new branches of reality, each an independent yet interconnected universe within a larger multiverse. Now imagine all of these branching realities and timelines as part of a vast, intricate web, woven by a godlike entity that operates like an all powerful spider, spinning and weaving the master code of the universe. This metaphorical lord of spiders effortlessly spins and connects these webs, generating an infinite network of possibilities where each thread represents a different world, a different outcome. The beauty of this cosmic spider lies in its seamless creation of code, binding together the infinite number of worlds through its delicate yet powerful strands. Just as a spider's web holds together the structure of its domain, this master code links all realities, creating a multiversal network where every moment, every choice, and every quantum fluctuation ripples through and connects each world. And in this vision, reality is not a series of isolated events, but a beautifully interconnected tapestry, woven by the supreme intelligence that is beyond our comprehension, where time, space, and existence are part of an ongoing infinite process of creation, seamlessly linked by webs spun by the infinite cosmic spider. If you enjoyed this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. This is a safe space. If you're returning, I'm glad that you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings, and protection. And remember, may you weave a wonderful story as we continue to experience the mystery of reality. Remember that it's okay that our stories are being told in this way. We may never get another chance to be this way again. So enjoy and take care.